That's the right attitude.
I've got low light vision and good perception. If you want, I don't mind taking a watch.
Okay. Yeah, so I assume everyone's consuming the adequate rations for the evening as well.
Yep.
Get through them bananas first, because they don't keep as well.
Yeah,
And make more soup for me.
Oh, yeah, we get to watch that pantomime.
I'm going to be straight up honest. I haven't been keeping up with the rations. So, how many have we used?
On this trip alone, you've done, let's see, it took you 4 days to get here from the city, so that's 4 days worth of rations used. And then you spent 2 days getting here and so you should have used up at least 6 or 7 rounds of rations. Okay, so
4
the
meals.
general way it goes is that a pound of rations is a day's worth of supply.
So I've lost all my food then. That's all gone.
I
So
can
you're,
give you some.
you've eaten the last of
I still have 98 carrots.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've eaten all the food I brought with me, but after cooking orangutan and also having bananas, I'm still okay.
Yeah, that's a good point. We ate that chicken didn't we, as well.
Yeah, the guy
Yes.
chicken.
You didn't use up your rations on the night you ate the terror bird.
Yeah.
That was
yeah.
that was then and breakfast as well.
I got meals, trail rations, cheese. I got cheese and bread. I remember eating a yogurt at one point.
I didn't have money. Food didn't seem like it would be an important thing to get.
I have
Okay.
elven trail rations, Taeli.
Okay.
I can
Rowan
give you some of
literally
those.
packed lunches for everyone on this trip.
Yes.
That is so good of you. I didn't do that.
Team Mom.
Exactly. So does anybody else need rations? I have halfling rations, elven rations, and gnome rations.
I think I'm okay.
Okay.
He says, stuffing his face.
I'm just stuffing his face with bananas. This is somehow acquired from my bag.
We'll make do with bananas for tonight.
Bananas!
Okay. So how many bananas am I gonna be getting rid of from me? Thing.
I know. So
I'm actually looking at the halfling rations again. It actually looks pretty sucky. I mean, it's probably delicious, but it just looks
It's
really
got
lame.
it's got sausages.
Don't be racist.
yeah, man, sausages is legit.
I'm going to slowly eat this banana and maintain
Right,
perfect
sorry.
eye contact with Aiden.
Okay, how many bananas? This is like a maths problem now. I had 22 bananas. How many do I have after you've eaten some?
How many of us are eating bananas?
4?
Yeah,
I am.
Yeah.
5?
Levy's
bananas.
just kind of banana pulp down his stump with
It's,
water.
17 nanas left.
Yay!
See, Nanas? See?
I'll be honest. I've not taken a bite of it yet. I've just spent about 2 hours just, with it there.
Just deep throating it for the mood.
Hey Aiden, what does this remind you of?
The time you got eaten by a giant snake?
A lot of weird phallic references whenever I'm in this game.
Alcoholism is a terrible sickness.
So, Levy, we're talking about 1 in the morning at this point. Are you still on guard, or
Oh,
has one
shit,
of the other
one person.
healers taken watch?
I'm switching out.
Okay, so who's tagging in on nurse duty overnight?
Me.
Okay.
I'll do my best.
Maybe it should be somebody that has like a high heal stat.
Yeah, well, I'm good for that.
If we have to roll for it, I don't know. I mean, I've only got a 2, so I'm not like volunteering myself. I just thought maybe we should think about it. If you want to do it, that's cool.
I have 2.
Does anybody have higher than 2? Has anybody put anything into heal?
The heal. I got 5.
I have 5 in healing and 10 in perception, so I'm a good choice for night watch.
5 in
Okay.
healing and
Got
7
3
in
as well, just in case.
Oh, I need to roll to heal, don't I? Or do I? Do I get to heal myself a bit?
For a night's sleep, yeah.
So that's D8 because that's my hit die, right?
Yeah, you just get your full hit dice is worth back for a night's sleep.
Okay.
But, yeah, Aiden, if you're on watch around 1 in the morning, Asagi starts coughing.
Oh, is he
Okay.
waking up?
Let's diagnose our patient.
Knowing Aiden's surprised and go, shut the fuck up.
Well, he's not that much of a monster.
Debatable.
There. I was trying to stick up for you there a bit, but whatever. No, he's still not very conscious, but you can already tell that, like, just at a quick glance, his lips are dry.
First, to give him some water. Sim up a little
Yeah.
bit.
They should need some water.
Tip a water skin out in front of him.
So, don't mind me, I'm just going to be waterboarding the patient.
No.
I mean, there are ways to help an unconscious person drink. The question is, can you roll a check to do it correctly without drowning him?
Okay. So is that another healing check?
That'll be a healing check, yeah. With a DC of 12, and you just got an 18.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah,
Okay, so you're
I know how to
successful in
take-
feeding him water.
I can nurse.
Yeah. The rest of the night's going to be pretty uneventful. Yeah, so we can really roll around to the morning at this point. You've now reached... is everyone waking up at a set time, or is it just as soon as there's enough light to really see by? Everyone's up
I'll
and
probably
about.
just, like, if there's enough light that wakes me up.
Yeah.
Clanging pots together. Someone's got to help me cook breakfast. Sure as fuck ain't cooking for all of you.
I'm getting no sleep because of y'all.
Y'all ain't getting no sleep because of me.
I roll a survival check to see if there's anything edible around the surrounding area.
You find a few things.
Yeah.
Mostly what you find is a few basking lizards that are still too slow at this time in the morning to really move, and you're able to just club them pretty easily.
Crunchy.
So you've got about 5 small gecko-y creatures.
Love the crunch.
Oh, nice.
Nice. I am going to
Iguana
roast
on a stick.
these. I
Sick
just-
Fallout
I
reference.
stick the lizards on the end of my halberd and roast them.
Okay.
I've got a tray or something. Make banana chips.
That would be cool.
Then they would keep.
So who wants a fucking lizard?
Me.
Yeah, man. I need some meat in me.
Yeah.
Beans.
So how many lizards did I get?
You got 5. You
5.
got 5 lizards.
Okay. Who wants a lizard?
Me.
I'll pass because I can't really, chew
I
them.
don't.
You can't eat solid foods.
Who's gonna have bush?
I think Beans would like one.
Yeah,
Awake,
Beans is
baby.
awake by now. He's mostly seems surprised by how much things have changed.
Oh.
Oh,
So that's...
I mean, I did lose my head over it for a moment.
Yeah. That's Ethereal and Beans and... Does Aiden want one?
Aiden.
Does Araya want one?
Snack would like one. I'm going to eat a banana.
Okay. Does a Bumbu want one?
If the last one's still going free, but if any of the player characters wanted, they get priority.
Second class citizen.
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
All 5 of them.
Hey, these past couple of sessions, he's been getting treated nicely. He better be thankful, or I'll be tasting the back of my
oh,
glove.
that's another thing. Come morning levy, the necrosis around both sides of your stump has continued.
Oh dear.
How far down is it now?
It's not too bad, but everyone can smell it, to be blunt.
We are
Right.
risking the life of one of our party members for a guide.
I always told you talked a lot of shit.
Right. Are we anywhere near a source of clean water?
You did stop near the river. So.
Yeah.
I assume
Well-
you camped at the riverside.
Yes.
That makes sense. Then I would like to take some in a container of some sort so I don't pollute the stream and try and clean the stump on both
Okay.
ends.
You want help?
A lot of the ragged skin around the edges is kind of crumbling as you wash it away.
Oh, it's getting all scabby.
But,
I mean, it's probably dried out to the point where it might as well just powder if you hit it.
yeah, I mean, you're still not quite sure what your skin technically is, because while it's skin, it's not skin.
No,
But it is skin. It's just not the skin
Skin?
we're used to.
Yeah,
Not skin with
It's
a-
artificial skin. It's lovey skin.
yeah.
And no, you can't
Silicone?
skin the lovey skin.
It's skin teeth.
It's whatever synthetic stuff it is, it's like, once it's reached a certain level of rotting, it does seem to be just kind of flaking apart.
It's skin 2.0.
Skin 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Woohoo!
Oh, not so electric at this point.
Levy core.
So yeah, you're
Yeah,
able
that's
to
not
get
cool.
rid of most of it, but it's still kind of like you did the best you could, really.
Yeah. Does it still smell bad?
Most of the odor's gone.
That's
Can I
what I
wrap
wanted.
something around it.
Because the rest is just interesting as fuck. What the hell am I even made out of?
The philosophy.
Yeah, just a fun fact for everyone: Levy didn't know Levy wasn't human until Levy lost his head. So he's kind of as in the dark as you here right now.
Now he's all like,
So I'm actually gonna take
me alive.
It'll take like half an hour or something just to test out, like, what the hell even?
You can like look inside your own neck, see what you're made of on the inside.
So, like,
Basically.
this whole time it's be like, why don't you guys just use your thermal vision?
Well, it's more like, this is just weird alchemy shit. Like, it's what I do. It's weird, but it's what I do. I know how to work with this. It's definitely not a firmware update I got in a dream.
Is that the dream where you were being chased by a duck?
Sure.
Is that your firmware loading screen?
It's duck game. It's the duck
Well,
game loading
maybe.
screen.
He just had a random dream where he kept hearing words he didn't understand, like operating system.
Da 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 da.
So yeah, Levy is intrigued by himself.
I'm enjoying the crunch
I'm up and I'm also awake.
as opposed to being up and not awake.
I think that one passed over your head a little bit.
Well, it's going to take you a couple of hours. If you're just taking your time to breakfast, pack up the camp and get moving, it's going to be about 2 hours,
Okay.
which takes you to approximately 9 o'clock in the morning.
I packed away my
Onwards.
folding chair and I'm like, let's do this.
Asaji is, I assume you're giving him water as and when he needs it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he's still not conscious, but he is looking healthier already.
Good. What's it?
Healing party.
Hey, so that guide you lent us, was he still under warranty? So, who would like to roll the encounters?
Uncle Dibs.
Okay.
It's not D20, it's D10, isn't it?
It is indeed, and I've replaced it with... Ooh. Oh.
Oh.
Oh yeah, this will be alright, actually.
Okay.
So, you're walking quite calmly through the forest. All the normal sounds of the rainforest, when there's suddenly a loud as fuck crash.
Is it
It
true?
sounds like something just took a tree down. And it was probably about 7 or 8 meters in front of you, if you had to guess.
So now there's
Which
a tree across
direction
the
is
way.
in front?
That's pretty close.
Yeah,
Yeah, it speaks for how dense the trees are here. But a tree has fallen.
Well, at least we're in the rainforest to hear it.
Yes.
Is there any roll perception to see if we can... Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can see something alright.
Yay!
apparently not me.
No. No, Mr. Big Game Hunter, less so good. But there's
Still
definitely an
shocked.
animal ahead, and oh boy, it's large.
Okay.
It's near as you can tell from here, it's like a bear?
Bears!
Maybe a bear? You're really not sure.
Would knowledge nature help?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll on that too.
Yeah, go ahead. Those of you with knowledge of nature can give it a go.
At 20, does that do it then?
Yeah, it's definitely
14.
big enough to be a bear, if not, like, you're definitely into megafauna territory here, but its head looks more like a sloth.
Oh, tried to sleep in a tree and then he brought the whole tree down. Now he's probably getting up going,
Right. Would I be able to tell from the form of its body whether it's a prey or predator?
You can tell by the fact that the tree it just knocked down, it seems to be rooting through the branches of it, looking for something.
Right.
You'd guess it's probably not carnivorous, but then it's also massive, so...
Yeah, how about we just take a nice big walk just at distance from it?
I'm okay with that idea.
Yeah, give it a wide berth.
Yeah. Are we gonna have to roll stealth checks for that or something?
Yes, you are.
Oh. I've
I
got
mean,
mine too.
I was thinking
Sorry!
more less stealth and more just making sure that we're at a decent distance so that in case it does charge, we have enough time to set spears and such for it.
I am
Oh.
so sorry!
-1.
I got -7.
You're large, you're in charge.
I'm invisible, fuck y'all.
I rolled a natural 1, and that resulted in a -7. I'm so sorry.
I hate every single thing about this.
I'm so sorry.
When we get to the point of staying at distance, can we just never utter the words stealth ever again?
Yeah, like, why do we need to do it?
Never.
We're not moving.
Just
Right.
Okay, I was just checking
Don't
the
appear
scale of
threatening.
this thing. It is huge, not
Just-
large. So.
stay at range, don't appear threatening, and walk around it.
Yeah, I mean, it
I'm
hears you
12.
moving,
Tall.
and the huge sloth-like head just kind of swings around slowly to look at y'all, while it's eating its mouthful of berries and leaves.
I just want some berries. He's fine.
Move around, don't appear threatening, because it might not be carnivorous, but goddamn, that's a big thing I don't want it slapping me.
Is
I'm
it 2 or
4 feet
3
tall.
tall?
I can't help but look threatening.
I mean, you probably look small to it.
Yes.
Albion,
Yes.
question about my staff.
Yes.
How does it work if I use the powers in it? Do they recharge every day, or is it like
No, it's got one. The item itself, there's a whole thing with recharging magic items. So you do essentially have only one use of it until you recharge the item itself.
Okay. It doesn't say anything about recharging it.
It wouldn't on the item's own page. I'm just looking up on the... because I can't remember the rules off the top of my head.
There's a 3D version of Mount Your Friends out now, apparently,
Oh gosh.
with the same classic helicopter dong physics.
Yeah, okay. With the magic stave, the charges are daily.
Oh, so I can use any of those things every day, and they'll just recharge.
Yeah, as near as I can tell.
Nice.
Staves. Recharging staves. Staves hold a maximum of 10 charges, we know this. Once stuff runs out of charges, it cannot be used until it's recharged each morning. Okay, so you need to, if you want to recharge it, you have to spend some of your daily spell preparations to recharge the staff.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
So it's not impossible, but you can say, right, I'm giving up one of my first level spell slots to recharge one of the charges in the staff. So you can just go ahead and do what you need to do.
Well, the reason I mentioned it was because my staff has speak with animals. I was going to maybe try and talk to it, like if it was going to look like it was attacking us, but it just depends on what the mood of it is.
I mean, it's curious. Like, it's curious about Rowan, and it's curious about all of you, really. It's just kind of staring at you while
If we
eating.
just keep going and we don't encroach on its area, we should be fine.
Maybe
I'll eat one
Spell,
of those
don't have a
later.
stare
if
down
I'm
with it.
food drive. No! Leave it alone. Stop
spread
doing
out
it
so
to
we're
us.
not in a group. Just sort of like give it a very large distance, move bit by bit.
I mean, as I said, Taeli, if you want to have a go at having a chat with it, you can certainly spend the staff charge if you want to give it a go.
I mean, what I was really going to say was, leave us alone. So, as long as it's giving us... We're fine.
Because I was going to say, as you start moving on, it's not hostile, but it does seem to be curious as it starts lumbering in your direction away from the tree it was eating from.
What way will we going anyway?
Back towards the village.
Yes.
Yeah, what direction? Like, going off this way?
Yeah, you're heading towards the right of the screen, generally speaking.
Okay.
But it is slowly approaching you guys, and slow.
He's taking his goddamn
Just
time to his
keep
goddamn
moving.
slot. Yeah, just keep going.
Okay, I slam my staff on the ground. I cast Speak with Animals, and I say, "Hello, friend."
I did.
And it sort of tilts its head weirdly. It didn't see this one coming, and then it just goes, "What are you?"
I mean, that's not a very polite question.
Well, he doesn't know. He's just a sloth.
What you do?
This and that, What about you? You're far more interesting than I am.
Oh, wait, they do have the conversation so the rest of us can keep going.
Yeah, you guys go ahead. I got this. I'll be here for hours.
I eat. This my place. What you?
You been here long?
My place.
Can I ask him a
We're in his
question?
territory. Let's keep going.
Can,
What would you go to ask him?
can
He's
he
really boring.
What I'm getting from this is that we're encroaching his territory, so it's best we leave as soon as possible.
It takes another step forward and just extends a claw towards Beans and is just kind of poking with a large sloth-like finger. And it's going, what this?
Mean predator. I can't even. That's not even true. He'd love to try to be.
He's trying his best.
He does his best. Yeah, that's right.
He's
It then
He's
kind of
there.
shifts its attention to Rowan and then just goes, what this?
He wants to know what you are, Rowan.
Tell him I'm giant woman content.
or just
Giant
jump in.
woman content.
Mate?
No. Try not to drop the guy. Not to
I want to say yes so badly.
I mean, it's just as well that Taeli's the only person who can understand this conversation.
Yeah.
Not, mate. Find one of your own kind.
They can, however, hear Taeli's half of this conversation.
I'm sorry, what? I'm still carrying beans, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Beans is awake now.
Hello. Looking around.
Sorry, mate, what?
Okay, I'm gonna say, nice to meet you, friend. Goodbye. And then walk slowly away if I can.
And get everyone else to go.
Where go?
Back home.
Away from your place.
I eat. And then it just kind of wanders back to its tree.
That was mildly endearing, actually.
What a dapper gentleman.
Ram's just kind of like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, Araya. Araya? Rowan. He wanted you.
Has he got like a person dick, or is it like a red rocket? Like
God damn it.
God.
To be
Enough
fair,
with the wank.
he mostly said that because you referred to it, Rowan, as woman in his context. No animal.
Well, I said what she wanted me to say.
Yeah, I know.
God,
I'm giant woman content.
Damn it.
my legs are hurting. Let's find this wagon.
And for those of you keeping a glossary of fauna, what you just ran into is a megatherium.
Thank you.
It's kind of adorable.
Yeah, I did say it was quite endearing.
When he was like, "Where go?" I thought, "Fuck me, we've got another animal companion."
I'm guessing beans.
Also, I did not catch the name of the orang species.
Oh, it's just orangs, isn't it?
Orang pundak.
You got a spelling for that?
I do.
Thank you.
I'm guessing beans is getting a bit wriggly in my arms right now. And wants to go back.
I know.
It's Swahili for tastes like chicken.
It means stick fingers.
Sausage fingers. Come on, man. You had that one.
I'll update.
It's too big for sausages.
Thank you.
Sausage?
Just as a fun thing, that these are a very real creature.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't there one in the Natural History Museum in London?
Yeah, there was.
Just a good time to mention that I'm not the biggest fan of sloths either.
Oh, you're fucking with me.
Oh, it's not
I'm
so
not.
adorable.
It's so weird looking, I don't like them. But it's got like a fear, like with the spine.
You just
I like this idea of Taeli just being a druid that fucking hates animals.
I'm all about that vermin.
You're all about that
Like
bear.
plants, but all these animals can do.
Taeli doesn't care unless it's a dragon or a bear. Other than which, it doesn't matter.
Nice rhyme.
Well, he's a poet. He knows it.
Well, we've got another. That really didn't kill too much time, so it's still about midday.
What would have thought
After
it would have
running
taken a
the
while,
negative.
considering the fact that there's a sloth and it'd be a slow talker. So yeah, as I was saying, I've probably got a wriggly handful of beans in my arms right now. Okay. I want to go back.
I want to go back to mother.
Taeli, help me! Who is this woman?
Oh, it's okay. You can fly, just let him go. He'll go, he'll just come back.
He's heavy.
Yeah, Beans is somewhat of a clumsy flyer, but he can manage it.
According to your known forms of aviation, bees should not be able to fly.
His wings are too small against his little fuzzy scaly body, but he's going to try.
If we're
anyway.
going by physics, this animal doesn't fucking work.
Well, if you're going by biology, this animal doesn't fucking work.
For the record, I got the reference.
Thank you.
I am aware of the reference, and although I did not vocally say that I got it, I was just. Everyone knows the intro to the Bee movie. Come on, meaniest shit there ever was.
The Beans movie would be a much better movie.
Oh my god. Somebody do that.
And it'd have to be like one of them short animations that's included as an extra, or as like the animation before a movie.
Oh yeah, like a Pixar short.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like you just see the shenanigans he gets up to when he's following around Taeli. So it's like him trying to steal the hot dogs at the stand. And him blowing his
Plays
eyes,
chess with himself.
Yeah.
Trying to dress himself.
I just remembered about a manga that is about a person's daily life from their cat's perspective, and their cat loves them so much. So even the ordinary things are just massive to them. And I think that would be good for a Bean short.